Same thing, my brother and sister in Islam. Some of what we going to do as ritual we understand, and some we will never understand and comprehend. It is beyond our thinking and imagination. But the main wisdom behind it is the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Put this in your mind. By this way, shaitan will not deceive you and make you do not do the ritual with a state of heart, connecting to Allah and fear Allah, respect Allah and love Allah. And this is what is important. A lot of people, I feel sad, when they go to Hajj, all they talk about it. What's he going to get? The meals, the hotel, the lodging, the traveling, all this. And we forget, we're not doing it even to any travel agent. The travel agent to care about that. Finished. They give you good service or bad service is not the big deal. But think about it. What about you? Because you pay money to the travel agent, you won't get your money back. What about all the gift Allah give you? You're not thinking about it? You are on a trip and journey to show Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala how much you really worry and care and have loyalty to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Meaning now, you should show your servancy and slavery to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By this way, every time you think about argue, about any service of any company, think about what about you? What about you? With all the gift and service Allah give you, what kind of service you give it back? Many purpose of Hajj. I'm going to give you some of it quick, inshallah. One of the main purpose also in Hajj is to remember. To remember what? To remember to capture our desire and our nafs, to make it completely slave to Allah. Our desire should not be like an animal desire. Our desire should be for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is one of the purpose of Hajj. To when we do everything, we remember we are a slave to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we're going to stand in the front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the day of judgment. And unless we capture our desire and our ego and our arrogance and all this and put it down for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will be in trouble, my dear brother and sister in Islam. Second, to remember the day of judgment and what's going on. And this is what we talk about it. Third, to remember the mercy of Allah and how much He gives us many chances to repent and to go back and ask Him for forgiveness. And this is one of our duty, to remember the mercy of Allah, but not to do more mischief. No, to get this quality of Allah in us, to be mercy to each other. 4, to gain the level of purify ourselves to be completely, purely to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why in Hajj, you do not come near to your wife, you do not have any relationship, you're not even allowed to make a marriage ceremony, or you're not allowed even to be a witness in marriage, and you're not allowed even to make even intention of marriage. Why? Why, Ya Allah? Because there's a wisdom behind it. To be purely to Allah. This is why we say, لبيك اللهم لبيك. لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك. Here we are, Allah coming toward you. Here we are, Allah coming toward you without no partner with you. And one of the main purpose also, to capture our nafs, for make it very, very humble to Allah and the fellow Muslim. By this way, we do minimum oppressor to each other. Because today what we look between each other, a lot of oppression. Why we oppress each other? Because we become zalim. We become an oppressor to each other. Husband to wife, wife to husband, kids to father, father to kids, brotherhood to brotherhood, sisterhood to sisterhood. We don't have it anymore. The main mercy and humbly to each other is gone. May Allah save us and make us understand. And this is one of the main purpose also in Hajj, to remember what we lost. And also to try to build the habit of going to obey Allah. Because maybe if you have a habit to follow the command of Allah in 10-day or 15-day continuous, maybe you come back with a new habit of obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the time. Look at the mercy and generosity of Allah. And also to completely get away the love of dunya, the love of wife and kids and husband, the money, the cars, the jobs, this and that. All this we have to take it away and put instead of that the love of Allah, the closeness to Allah, the oneness of Allah. This is one of the main purpose, my brother. This is why when you do intention of Hajj, please, the moment you do intention of Hajj and leave the house, forget about your wife, forget about your kids, forget about your husband, forget about what you have, forget what you own, but remember only your own owner, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And remember, no place is our resident. We are not resident anywhere. This is not the place of residence, my brother. We are in a journey anyway in this life. And we're going to die. And we're going to go for real resident for some time in a grave. And after that we go for the final resident. Either paradise or hellfire for infinity. This is our destination. This is the final resident. حسن مستقرا ومقاما ساءت مستقرا ومقاما. Those who are resident in Jannah is the best resident, and those who will be resident in hellfire is the worst resident. And also to remind us of the harmony between each other. We are a Muslim. We are brotherhood to sisterhood. We will see people from everywhere on earth in different shape and color, different level in life. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He wants us to share mercy and unity and love between each other. This is one of the main purpose also in Hajj. You see how many purpose of Hajj? To give, to share. We make a budget for what we own. We make a budget for what we have. We make a budget of what you're going to buy. But what about making budget for how much we're going to offer to others? And how much we spread generosity between each other? And to be unity, brotherhood and sisterhood to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.